Negotiating a fair settlement during divorce can be one of the most difficult and emotionally challenging periods in a man's life. This is especially true when children are involved, as it becomes important to ensure that any agreement keeps their interests front and center. It can be easy for men to make decisions out of anger or frustration, but these choices may not necessarily lead to the best outcomes. In this video, we will provide guidance on how men can negotiate with their spouse and reach an equitable agreement while preserving familial relationships during these trying times. When negotiating a divorce settlement, there are certain steps you should take in order to maximize your chances of success. First and foremost, it is important not to rush into anything without consulting legal counsel first. Having expertise by your side is essential when making such major decisions about your family's future. Additionally, don't rely solely on legal advice. Get advice from trusted friends or family members who have gone through similar experiences before so they know what worked well for them. It's also important to consider all potential options before signing any agreements. In particular, look at long-term implications such as child care arrangements or financial settlements, which could impact both parties down the line if circumstances were ever to change again, for example if either party remarries. To prevent further complications arising later on, make sure everything discussed is put in writing so there are no misunderstandings between yourselves or third parties, such as banks, financial advisors, etc. Don't forget that while reaching an amicable conclusion might seem impossible right now, with patience and understanding it's possible to find common ground where everybody benefits from the outcome. Next up, we'll discuss some tips on how best to prepare mentally and emotionally for negotiations. Take time out beforehand to think about what would constitute a good deal for yourself as opposed to simply reacting angrily against whatever offers presented by the other party. Make sure you're clear about what terms need met, otherwise risk getting taken advantage of due date stress clouding judgment. Also remember, it isn't just money matters that need to be negotiated. For example, deciding who gets custody over children and making arrangements regarding access rights, visitation schedules, etc. Try remain focused on facts rather than emotions, and try not let yourself become overwhelmed by situation. That is, break discussions down into manageable chunks instead tackling everything all at once, which leads us nicely onto our next point. Finally, statistics show those who approach divorce negotiation collaboratively report higher levels of satisfaction afterwards compared to those taking an adversarial route, meaning everyone wins out in the end result. So when headed table, keep in mind notion win-win scenario where both sides walk away feeling like they got something worthwhile out experience rather being completely satisfied, plus benefit reducing amount conflict encountered along way too, which has been shown clearly improve overall well-being post-divorce period situation too, particularly cases involving young kids whom parents want protect emotional trauma much possible throughout process itself. This video does not provide legal, financial, or tax advice. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as legal advice. If you require legal advice, please contact a qualified attorney, for example by signing up for a free course on our website Divorce Lab Pro. We will connect you with the pre-selected lawyers or other experts you may need. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children, and family, and how to protect your rights. Pre-selected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at Divorce Lab Pro. Do your own research and understand the process of negotiating a fair settlement. Understand the laws of your state or country regarding divorce proceedings, including any applicable prenuptial agreements. Gather evidence which supports your case for a fair settlement, such as financial records like tax returns, income statements, bank accounts, etc. Compile all relevant documents that can help you build an accurate picture of both parties' assets and liabilities before filing for divorce. Take into consideration factors such as age gap between spouses, length of marriage, health status of either party, employability, earning capacity, and education level when formulating claims. Consider engaging in mediation to discuss the issues at hand before going to court. A mediator could help avoid costly litigation fees while still working towards a settlement that is equitable to both sides. If possible, keep negotiation discussions friendly but professional with your spouse by being respectful and open-minded regarding proposals offered by each side during negotiations. Don't let emotions get in the way. Seek legal advice from an experienced attorney who can provide guidance on how best navigate through this complex situation. Understanding local law is essential when it comes time for making decisions about settlements. Make sure you fully understand any documents presented or signed during negotiations before agreeing to anything. Be prepared to negotiate not just on money matters, but also on custody arrangements. If children are involved, remember their well-being should be top priority at all times, so try to remain amicable where possible despite disagreements over other points, such as finances. This will make it easier for everyone moving forward after the divorce has been finalized. Don't rush into signing agreements. Take some time. Consider what's best for you long-term rather than short-term gains that may be attractive now but could have negative consequences later down the line if things aren't thought through properly beforehand. Avoid using aggressive tactics while negotiating. Be mindful not only of how words are used but also body language and facial expressions, which might give away more than intended without realizing it. Keep communication channels open even after agreement has been reached so there's room for further dialogue should unexpected developments arise later down the line. Resist pressure from anyone trying to influence decision-making process. Add family members, friends who may have opinions different from yours. Instead, focus solely what works best to you and your spouse now and future perspective. Remember, divorces are never one size fits all, so what may work another couple won't necessarily mean same results apply here. Tailor approach accordingly depending unique circumstances surrounding relationship. Assess whether taking case court would benefit the overall outcome or dragging out already difficult experience. Further, read cases involving large sums money disputes over child custody. No value limits. Placing boundaries around negotiations ensure reasonable expectations met, both legally financially speaking, without compromising fairness either side. Remain realistic throughout proceedings, considering current economic climate. Potential influence is affect final result, coming up with agreements beneficial everyone concerned. Divorce proceedings can be incredibly complex and emotional situations which require careful consideration before any decisions are finalized. Ultimately, though, whilst saving marriage remains an ideal solution, finding ways to achieve mutually beneficial settlements key, helping families move forward despite initial issues encountered separating partners themselves. We hope this video provided useful insight into navigating difficult terrain successfully, plus offered valuable tips ensuring fathers secure best possible outcomes themselves as well loved ones depend upon them too. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children, and family, and how to protect your rights. Pre-selected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at Divorce Lab Pro.